This is your MEC update. Today is October 5th, 2025. It has been 803 days since contract negotiations began. This week, we're doing something a little different. We're taking a closer look at Barry Biffel's recent blunders because the contradictions are piling up and they speak volumes. In a recent interview, Biffle claimed the playing field is now level. Why? Because Southwest finally charges for bags. He said that puts Frontier on equal footing. That was his message to the public, but here is what he left out. Frontier pilots still make 50% less than the rest of the industry in pay rates alone. So if this is what a level playing field looks like, it's one where Biffle keeps wages low, cuts corners, and pretends it's competitive strategy. And then, just days later, he sat in front of Congress and told a very different story. Suddenly, the deck is stacked against Frontier. Suddenly, he needs regulatory relief, reduced safety standards, and permission to hire less experienced pilots just to stay in the game. So which is it? Because if the field is really level, he has no excuse for underpaying this pilot group. And if it's not, then his plan clearly isn't working. He told lawmakers the FAA's $1,500 rule is arbitrary, but that rule has been federal safety policy since 2013, passed after the Colgan Air tragedy. It's not arbitrary. It's the national safety floor. And Biffle didn't stop there. He floated the idea that Frontier could use Folkwa data to monitor bad habits instead of requiring real-world pilot experience.
I think the main concern we should have with pilots is the availability of quality training and so forth. And there's a lot of data-driven things that we can do and simulations that can get them there. And I think we should spend time looking at, the data we have, even once they're on the line. And because you've got Folkwa data as an example, where you can monitor bad habits of some versus others. I mean, we can, in every one of these incidents, take the Colgan incident and many of the others, there were plenty of predictors. Had you been following those pilots before, you would have seen that these habits were there before. And so a simple 1,500 arbitrary rule is not how you get it. There are data-driven approaches that you could do to improve safety with pilots.
Folkwa is a confidential safety program. By contract, it cannot be used to evaluate, discipline, or identify individual pilots. It exists to improve safety, not to help a CEO justify cutting training and continuing to suppress wages. Twisting that data would break LOA 12, violate national standards, and set a dangerous precedent across the entire industry. This is not innovation. And it's not how this airline moves forward. What Biffle is pitching isn't a plan. It's a contradiction, and we're not buying it.